Hello and welcome to this, which is the third in a series of customer success speed demos. My name's Devon and I work with customers here at Akita. These sessions are for those of us who don't like to sit through very long demos full of sales pitches, but would rather hear about the kind of strategy, process, and maybe product that can help you do your job. So if you tend to find yourself speeding through, fast forwarding through recorded webinars, hopefully this is for you. I'll be covering customer segments in this session, what they are, how to build them. We'll look at the recipe for effective customer segmentation, but as always with these sessions, we'll go live onto the Akita platform to show you how, or what are the practicalities of building customer segments. All right. So why customer segments? And really it's because as vendors, we understand there are two different realities. One, that no two customers are the same. And also that we all have limited resources. So we want to provide unique experience to all of our customers and help them achieve those particular desired outcomes. But we often don't have the resources to do that. However, recently, the best customer success applications on the market allow us to resolve this conundrum, and a key part of that solution, probably the central part, is the ability to create dynamic segments. So what are they? Until recently, customer segments were pretty simple lists of customers defined by maybe one or two attributes, like think of maybe your US SMB accounts, or who are my enterprise accounts in EMEA. But they've evolved, right? So now segments represent a whole lot more. So maybe real-time or close to real-time views of specific sets of customers with specific sets of circumstances applying. So maybe to follow on from the previous example, who are my US SMB accounts, but that are at risk of renewal, or in renewal maybe, or renewing soon and at risk of churn. So they've changed. It's kind of changed as to what customer success or customer segments are. Why do we need them? Well, they supercharge your CST, right? So because of these, CSs can now, automatically know what they need to do and when, and also, each CSM can manage significantly more accounts because of that. Two, the right resources are being applied at the right time, so customers are receiving better service, and they should be able to achieve their desired outcomes more quickly. And three, segments kind of allow you to extract even more value from your existing tech stack. So the data and the records from all of those apps you're already using that are being ingested and integrated into Akita or whatever CS platform you're using can be used to create even more granular and even more valuable segments. So how do we build them? Well, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to show you how to build them shortly. So we'll jump into that very, very shortly. So like where your business is really going to start getting superpowers is when your new centralized CS platform starts to be able to track these segments or changes in these segments. So what a CS application can do in real time now, because of this, would have taken a CSM maybe hours or longer to achieve in the past, if it was possible at all. So these kind of apps can monitor your segments, identify which customers entering a particular segment, alert the CSM, and enables them to intervene at the right time with the right action or message. What's even better is when no human intervention is required at all. So an automated playbook might get triggered when a customer enters a segment, and this takes care of some essential process. Right? It could be sending messages to the customer or assigning tasks to different team members directly. So that's kind of mostly what I wanted to show or to talk about before we get it into actually looking at how we can practically achieve this. I'm going to jump in now and use the Akita platform to show you how you can build customer segments or dynamic customer segments. Okay. All right. So let me just get rid of this. So what we have, what I'm going to do is show you how practically we can build a customer success or a customer segment, and what are the things that are going to arise from that. So what are the kind of benefits to doing that? And we'll do that live now on the Akita platform. So what we have here, I'm currently in the accounts section of Akita in this tab here, which is what we're looking at. And this is where we create customer segments. You'll see I've got I'm in the all accounts segment here, which is, like it says, a list of all the customers that you're doing business with at the moment. And it's from this segment that we'll create and save the segments that we're looking to track. You'll see I've already created a few down here. We've got expansion potential accounts or failed onboardings. Who are my onboarding accounts? Who's in renewal? That kind of thing. So whatever it is that's important to you, it's completely dependent on what your requirements are. Create those segments, save them, and then the platform can track them and keep you in the loop. But how do we do it? So I'll just close off this slider. First of all, you can add, once you've built the segment, you're going to maybe want to visit it and look through it. So you'll want some context. You can always come in and using this columns drop down, you can go and search for any of the attributes, any of the data being passed in from different sources into Akita, and use it as a column header. So you can build this kind of table that makes sense. So you'll see here I've got some revenue, contract information, usage metrics, some health scoring type stuff. So whatever makes sense for you, you can add in here. But how do we actually create the segment? Well, we're going to use filters. Again, we have a drop down here with access to all of the data that's being passed into Akita. Now, we could be hours looking through every single option, but we'll just decide on a specific segment we're going to create, and that hopefully will make sense to you. So the segment we're going to create is who are our customers that are currently in renewal, where they're on a particular type of plan, we'll say standard plan, and their health is low and dropping. So they're in renewal and maybe they aren't going to renew their contract. They're at risk of churn. We want to know about that so we can do something about it. So how do we find it? Or how do we build this? So first of all, we're going to find out who's renewing soon. Now I can either, if I know where that piece of contract end date data is, I can go and find it. I know it's in this revenue and financials area, but there's so much data you can just search for it instead. So I'm going to look for contract end date. And I'm going to say where the contract end date will occur before. And we're going to say just a month from now. Done. Okay. So now that's updated automatically. And then we can start to add in more and more logic. So of those customers that are renewing, who maybe is on a particular type of plan that I'm tracking. Again, I'm going to look for the field that tells us what plan a customer is on. Here it is. And I'm going to say where the plan is equal to standard. All right. Again, click done. And again, we're going to update the list automatically. Now we have that. We've got to figure out of these guys who are renewing, well, which of them are potentially in trouble. So we're going to use health as a proxy here, or health as an indicator of potential risk or potential churn. So, you could add another piece of logic saying where usage is dropping, or where their health or their voice of customer feedback is bad. But we're going to use a health score as a means of doing that, which comprises all of those things probably. So if I come in here, I'm going to look for health scores, and I'm going to use this filter here, change in overall health score over time, which allows me to identify a delta, so actually movement in the health score rather than just a simple above or below. So here we're going to say where health has decreased at least 10% in the last, in this case I'm going to go with 3 months. I'm going to hit save or done. And now we should have a shorter list. Here it is. And that's telling us all the customers whose health is dropping, but maybe they could still be in good health. I also want to know of the dropping health customers, which of them is in the low health range. So I'm going to add another one in here, another filter to tell me where the health score is less than. And for this particular health model, we're using the lower range for positive health is 5. So I'm going to say where it's less than 5. Where if the health score is less than 5, I want to know about it. So here we have it. How many customers are left? Just 2. So 2 customers are renewing. They're on the standard plan. Their health is dropping, and they're in the negative health range. Okay, so maybe this is something we want to know about and do something about. We can see it seems to be working here in terms of the filters, because sessions last 60 days, non-existent, and they have 0% license utilization. Not good metrics. Although we can see over here, this is some intuition score. So these are scores that have been captured by the CSM. This one here, whoever the CSM is, has said that they believe the account is in good health. So I'm going to click in here and find out who that is. I can come down and see the CSM is John Doe. I might go and ask what's happening there. Why there's a disparity. But to create the segment, we're going to click Save, give it a name. We'll just call it Renewals at Risk. And we're going to make sure this is available to the rest of the team. They can apply it to their accounts. We're going to tag any accounts that are in this segment, give them a nice red tag associated with them. So when we visit their account record, it'll tell us that. Hit Submit. And now we'll find when I expand out my list here at the bottom, I've got Renewals at Risk. So I can always come in and view that segment and see who's in it. But we may not want to do that. I may want to actually have the application track and monitor this for me. Okay, so what I would do in that case is come over and hit my little bell. And now any changes in the segment, I can set up what kind of notification I want. So that I'll get a notification, I click on a link, it brings me to the account record of the company that's entered this segment, and I can deal with it. Equally, you can make it go one step further, and if a customer enters this particular segment, you can trigger a playbook, and that playbook could be, replicating a process. So it could be triggering a sequence of tasks going to your team or different members of the team, or triggering messages being sent to the customer, or a combination of both. Okay, so that's kind of what mostly what I wanted to show you. One last thing is, when you do build your segments, you're able to then apply or view how the key metrics that your company is tracking actually stack up against that particular segment. So you can come into the top of a segment, and you see here I've already pinned in a couple, how the health score is tracking for these particular accounts, or how the revenue is going. I can come in and add another statistic, and whatever it might be. Whatever it is that you're tracking, you can come in and add some widgets to track how that's going through time against this specific set of customers. So again, you're getting more value from your segments. Okay, let me jump back into my deck here. So that's kind of the end of the session. So thanks very much for either viewing this live or finding it and watching it not live. If you're interested in finding out more about Akita, certainly at the bottom of the screen there, you'll see my details, and I'd be more than happy to reach out to you. If you'd rather not talk to me, that's fine. Go to the website, www.akitaapp.com, and you can find out more about the application, or even request a demo, or sign up for a free trial as well. We have that option. So yeah, thanks very much. It was great talking to you, and hopefully we will speak soon.